Good morning, beautiful people of all of me. I hope that you are having a fabulous Thursday. I wanted to pop on for a minute. I have a very busy day with stuff leading up to Lionsgate, lots of clients who are working through big things to be able to come out on the other side. So I wanted to pop on and just take a moment and chat about things that you may want to consider doing today or tonight in order to really be prepared for Lionsgate Portal tomorrow. Again, Lionsgate Portal happens, it's a period of time, right? It's a portal, but it peaks in intensity tomorrow on 8/8. And so obviously the entire time that we are going through Lionsgate, if you pop in here, say hi. I don't know if I can see comments today. The entire time that we're going through Lionsgate, we are manifesting, right? We're manifesting all day, every second, with every breath, with every thought, with every movement, with every response, with every reaction, with everything. But on 8/8, it is a really easy time for us to manifest in a really powerful and rapid way. If you're coming live to the Lionsgate activation call, we will together as a group, because the container is going to be together, so it'll be a higher frequency. We are going to set our intentions. Hey, Christine, comments do come through. We're going to set our intentions out there into the world. Good morning, Amy. In order for us to really kind of throw them out there to the universe saying, boom, come in. So one of the things that I want to chat about leading up to tomorrow, and this is, so there's a couple things. We're going to talk about moon water and Lionsgate water and how to make that and why to make that. This is a space where I'm bringing all of me. So I just want to say that for some of you, you might be like, that's too woo-woo or that's too crunchy. That's okay, just bypass it. And for others of you, you're going to be like, fuck yeah, I'm doing that, having a little ceremony, doing the thing. So first I want to start with an exercise that I have inside of one of my programs. I have clients do, or I invite them to do. And I want to invite you to do this too. I'm a huge believer. Hi, Kat. Full moon, yeah. Yeah, there's so much opportunity right now, right? Like it's such fucking potent time right now, which makes it really fun. So you know exactly what you need to hear in any given moment, right? Have you ever been in an argument with a partner maybe, and you're like, I just want or need you to say this. Like, you know exactly what you need to hear. Or if you are engaging with a friend and you're like, I just really wanted you to say bleh. We have in our heads the exact words that we need to hear. We have them. And I think that there is so much power and empowerment that comes when we say those words to ourselves. Oftentimes we want somebody else to say them to us, right? Whether it be, I wish my mom or dad or caregiver said this to me in childhood. I wish my partner said this to me. I wish my ex said this to me. I wish my friend said this to me. I wish my coworker said it to me. I wish my boss said it to me. I wish whatever. You know exactly what you need to hear. Exactly what you need to hear. And so you are actually the most qualified human to say those things to yourself. And inside of Discovering Infinite Possibilities, I have people do this exercise, and there's so many ways to do it. So feel the freedom to modify this however you want to modify it. But I think it's really powerful to either write down all of the things that you need to hear, or you can just state them to yourself. If you are somebody who's going to write them down, I would invite you to say them out loud from an auditory standpoint so you can actually say and receive the information. If you want to take it a step farther, You can write it down, you can say it out loud, and you can be standing in front of a mirror so that you are looking into your own eyes. And I would invite you to do it really slowly, like really slowly, and actually feel it in your body. So if you want to hear, I will never leave you. I will never leave you. Say it slowly. Notice how it feels in your body when you hear those words. And if you really slow down with this practice and you actually take the time to feel the words, not just hear them, but feel them inside of your body, engage your nervous system, something's going to change in your reality. I'm telling you. Every time I do this practice, something huge changes. If you're like, I want to take it a little bit further, Erin, write down the things that you need to hear. Say them out loud. Standing in front of a mirror, naked. There is so much vulnerability and healing in that. For some people, the naked aspect is going to be too far. For some people, the mirror aspect is going to be too far. And that is not a criticism, okay? I really want and need you to hear me when I say that is not a criticism. Know where your own limit is and play on your growth threshold, right? It should be a little uncomfortable, a little bit, but it shouldn't be like, my fucking skin is crawling and I want to vomit. Oh, too far. We went too far, okay? It actually isn't beneficial if you're somebody who is in the spot where writing the words and saying them in your head feels uncomfortable, and you go to say them out loud and you're like, how fast can I get through this? I want out. I feel like I'm going to vomit. Like my skin is crawling. No, 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 no. If you try to do it naked in front of the mirror, you are pushing your nervous system past where it can be. And so when I am working with clients one-on-one and I have them do this practice, I know and they know where they're going to be. In a group setting like this, I'm going to give you a range that you can work within. But what I am really hoping and trusting is that as I'm explaining this practice and this exercise, if you're like, yeah, I'm going to try that, don't stretch, right? So if I know a client is going to have a hard time with auditorily hearing the words versus just saying them in their own head, I'm not going to suggest that they do it naked in front of a mirror. That's too far. It's not beneficial. We actually like create some damage there rather than create healing there, right? Because then what we do is we shame ourselves and we get all judgmental. We never heard the words because we were so focused on where we have a stretch mark or where we have a roll or blah, stupid shit that we do to ourselves, right? And instead of it being what we needed, it is just piling on to the shame that we already feel. So I'm explaining this in a group setting, and I want you to use your discretion if you choose to do this exercise. Okay. So there is so much healing that can come in that space. And I would also invite you to really loop in your authenticity. So when you're saying the things that you need to hear, if you can loop in authenticity, it is going to really help shift you into a more authentic expression of you. So maybe you need to hear, I'm proud of you for setting and holding that boundary with so-and-so in a dynamic in general, right? I love the way that you self-express through art. Okay, we're looping in authenticity. I watch the way that you hold containers and support people with their healing, looping in authenticity, right? So see if some of the things that you can say to yourself are around your authenticity. are around that spot that you're stepping into. I'm so proud of you for prioritizing rest. Whoop. I feel a little something in my body, right? Whatever it is. And notice, there will be some of you who, as you say these things to yourself, it's like you heard them, you received them, you might end up sobbing, you might really step into that. Some of you might say a statement like, I'm so proud of you for prioritizing rest, and there's a contraction. And so at that spot, pause. Okay, that's why I'm asking you to do this practice slowly. Pause. If you feel a contraction, if you feel a pullback, some part of you is like, oh, I can't receive that. I don't know how to receive that. That's uncomfortable. It's just a part of you. It gets to exist. And this is an opportunity to love that part of you. So the part of you that's like, I can't rest, right? Maybe there's a part of you that knows how to prioritize rest. And then there's another part that's like feeding you the thought patterns of, you should do the laundry, you should be writing that email, you should be cleaning the kitchen, you should be prioritizing a conversation with your friend, blah, 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 right? So if you feel a contraction, pause. This is the invitation to be with yourself, to love yourself, to understand this part of you, not from a like, get the fuck out of here, this part of me, but from a, how do I love you enough to help you see this differently? This part of you gets to exist. It gets to exist. Okay? So if that part of you that's like, it's not okay to prioritize rest, I'm not proud of you when you prioritize rest, be with it. Press pause on the practice. This is all part of the practice, by the way. And be with that contraction. Feel it. Love it. And as you feel that contraction, the pullback inside of your body, you may have a memory pop up where your mom or your dad or a teacher or a coach or a whatever said, you're lazy, or are you so lazy that you're resting, right? And so you get to go back to that child and say, rest is so important. Rest is so important. Look at nature. Look at nature. Nature rests. If nature doesn't rest, it burns itself out. Rest is so important. And mom, dad, coach, mentor, teacher, whoever it was that said the thing, right? They may not have been in that spot in their journey. They may have had so much sympathetic arousal in their nervous system that they were just constantly in a state of survival, and they were in an anxiety pattern, and they didn't know how to rest. And so they mirrored that and put that on you, and you picked it up. And I get that, but that's not our truth, right? So we love the part of us. We love the part of us. Okay. So you can loop that practice, and I would invite you to do it when you have time, right? Because again, I'm asking you to be present with yourself for this. So you might think like, oh, this is going to take me 15 minutes and it could take an hour and a half. So make sure that you have time so that you actually get to engage your nervous system, that you get to work with your nervous system. If you're in the somatic world, if you've been in trainings with me where you understand somatics, or someone else who has taught you somatics, feel it. Engage your nervous system. Go through the channels. Work with your nervous system while you do this. Now, here's more of my woo-woo crunchy side. I love to make moon water on any sort of pagan holiday, on big events, on my birthday, full moon ceremony, whatever, right? So there is no right or wrong way to make moon water. I'm just going to say that. There's a lot of people that have a lot of opinions. Whatever resonates for you, you can do. I don't believe that there's a right or wrong way. The way that I do it, and this doesn't have to be the way that you do it, is take a mason jar or any sort of glass jar, and I put water in it. Well, I cleanse it and clear it. You can do that through intention. You can do smoke cleanse. I will say if you're doing smoke cleanse, your water might taste like smoke, unless you smoke cleanse it a couple days before or whatever, right? You can do it with intention. You can do it with all sorts of different things, okay? Cleanse and clear your mason jar, your whatever. I'll talk about that in a minute. ADHD brain right there. You guys got a squirrel. Okay. So set the intention that when you fill it with water, when you fill your cup with water, that it is going to absorb all of the frequency that you need. And you fill your mason jar, your glass, your mug, your water bottle, your whatever it is that you're using with water, consciously, slowly, purposefully. For me, I will set an intention into the water. So if I'm looking to step into the next expression of me, I'm looking to invite more ease. If I'm looking to manifest more money, if I'm looking to manifest more open communication, if I'm looking to manifest more confidence, if I'm looking to manifest more freedom, I'm going to set that intention into the water. There's scientific proof for those of you who love science, and there is a part of me that loves science. There's scientific proof that speaking the words into the water changes the water, right? They take drops, they say different things into water. They take drops, put them on a slide, and can see the difference in them. So say the words out loud, if at all possible, into the water. Set the intention. For some people, I really like to do this. I do this in a ceremonial way. So for me, the whole thing is part of the ceremony, right? So the cleansing, the intention, even getting the glass is part of the ceremony. Write down the things that I want to be manifesting. I will put them underneath on a piece of paper, underneath the water. I will say the things into the water. I will put the water on an altar. If you have an outdoor altar, you can do that. You can create an altar. If you are in an apartment or somewhere where you can't take your water and put it outside, put it in a windowsill, okay? It will absorb the energy of the moon. Like we talked about, water is really great at absorbing energy. So it will absorb the intensity and the energy of Lionsgate, of the moon, so on and so forth, right? I also really like fire. So I typically try to involve all of the elements. And so I always have a candle as part of the ceremony while I'm setting the intention, while I'm putting that energy into the water. And I leave it out overnight. Some people are like, does it not work if you put a cover over it? Some people say, no, it doesn't work. Other people say, yes, it does work. It absorbs the energy. So if you want to put a cover over it, put a cover over it. If you're like, fuck that, no way, don't. I don't. People will be like, what if bugs get in there? It's like, I'll pick them out. I'll drink them. I don't know. I don't care. It's protein. I ask them nicely not to come into my cup and die, but if that's what they need to do, that's what they're going to do. It's okay. So you put your glasses out, and then the next morning, pick them up. Some people like to go out and get them before the sunrise happens. I like the sunrise. I really like the sunrise on Lionsgate because that's like the fire coming up inside of me. That's me, a fire sign. So that is what I will be doing. And then you consume the water during the day consciously. And you feel that energy coming into your body to be embodied. Okay? I love that ceremony. You can combine these ceremonies and make them incredibly powerful. Say all the things that you need to hear to yourself. And then have the Lionsgate moon water ceremony. When you go to bed, be conscious. Be conscious about it. Feed your brain what you want it to hear tonight. This is not the night that you want to be like watching a horror movie, okay? Unless you're like, I want more horror movies in my life. Like, I fucking love horror movies. Like, I'm going to invite that. I want to have time for horror movies. Then do it, right? But if you are somebody who is saying, I want to manifest more ease, more peace, more freedom, more confidence, blah, 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 whatever it is, be with that. let that be the last thing that your brain hears before it drifts off between worlds to do what we do in dream state. Set the intention. Be purposeful when you go to bed tonight. Be kind to yourself. Put cream or coconut oil on your skin and be really aware of what it feels like. Burn essential oils. Diffuse essential oils. Diffuse essential oils. Burn an incense. Have a candle on. Whatever it is that makes you feel the way that you want to feel, do it for yourself tonight. Orgasm tonight. If you're somebody who's like, I want more orgasms in my life, I want to feel good, I really like the way orgasms feel, do it. Alone or with a friend, whatever works for you. If there's a draw there, do it. Be so good to yourself, right? So navigate towards healthy pleasure tonight. Whether that is a cup of tea on the porch and listening to the insects and the birds, whether that is a glass of wine with a girlfriend, whether that is a bubble bath with essential oils and Epsom salt, whatever that is. The other thing that I will say that I really love to do is make multiple things of moon water and pour them into my diffusers, my essential oil diffusers. So during the day, not only are they the essential oils being diffused in my house, I have a fucking problem with essential oils, guys. I can admit it. Hi, my name's Erin. I have a problem with essential oils. I'm not looking to fix it. Okay, I have an oil dealer. If you need to get hooked up with an oil dealer, you just let me know. I got her name. I can like pull it out of my pocket. You don't even have to give cash. Like, you can buy it off of a website now. Yeah. Anyways, so not only am I diffusing the essential oils, and I'm really purposeful right now during Lionsgate about what I'm diffusing. So in my house, there's a lot of lemon and transformation being diffused right now. A lot. Because I'm looking for light transformation. Okay? Play in my transformation. But it's also then going to diffuse the frequency of what you put into the moon water, the Lionsgate water, through your house with the essential oils. You can get a mop bucket, fill it up, do the same thing, and then mop your floors, and you are diffusing that through your house. You are cleaning your house. You are cleansing your house. There's so many ways that you can do this. And now you can see that I'm getting really excited about this stuff because I love it. It's an authentic expression of me. All right. Love your faces.